Hi everyone, you're welcome back to my channel. My name is Lawrence if this is your first time here. This SDA pastor is trending on the internet because he posted this about the Sabbath on Facebook. His name is Pastor Harold and he is the pastor of Life Center SDA Church in California. So let's go ahead and look at what he posted on Facebook about the Sabbath that so many Adventists are concerned about. All right, let's get into this. He says, "Happy Sabbath to my friends who observe Sabbath on Saturday from sunset tonight to sundown tomorrow as I do. And friends I love who observe their Sabbath on Friday or Sunday or choose to rest amid their crazy schedules like medical doctors, my kids, medical personnel, first responders, police, and military personnel." In ancient Israel, Sabbath meant to shut down all secular transactions and activity. To this date, most businesses in Israel close down on the hours of the Sabbath. Yet, today, in a multi-complex culture where traveling and services are often required, Sabbath observance is a state of mind and a discipline that one can observe in the community or choose how to rest. As a pastor all of my life, Sabbath was the most stressful day of the week. My rest happened when I crashed the following day. Yet, the Sabbath meaning remains intact in my theology and consciousness. I have observed the Sabbath on Saturday all my life as an SDA member and watched my dad pastor crash on Sundays after a full day at church. I know nothing else. I know too many loving people who attend churches on Sundays or practice mindfulness and spend time with God amid their crazy schedules. So friends, this is what Pastor Harold of Life Center SDA Church posted on Facebook on one Sabbath. And why are some Adventists so concerned about this post? Some Adventists are concerned about this post because they said that the pastor did not let the world know the truth about the Sabbath. The truth that the Sabbath is on Saturday and not on Friday or on Sunday or even on any other day we choose. I think I agree with what some SDAs are saying about this post because today in this world, there are so many people that think that God's Sabbath is on Sunday or even we can choose our own Sabbath. But that is not what the Bible says. If you go through the Bible from Genesis to Revelation, you will not find a single Bible verse that says that the Sabbath is on Sunday or we human beings can choose our Sabbath. In fact, the first truth about the Sabbath is found in Genesis chapter 2, verse 2 and 3. It says, "And on the seventh day, God ended his work which he had done, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had done. Then God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because in it he rested from all his work which God had created and made." So from these verses I have just read, we can find some important truths about the Sabbath. The first truth we can see from the verses I just read is that the Sabbath is on the seventh day of the week, not any other day, but the seventh day. And it will forever remain on the seventh day of the week, which is Saturday. The second truth we find in the verse is that God rested on that day. So, one, the Sabbath is on the seventh day of the week, and two, God rested on that day, on the seventh day. And point number three is that God made it holy. So these are the basic truths you can find about the Sabbath in the beginning. So now, what is the implication? The implication is that we cannot change God's Sabbath day. We cannot choose our own Sabbath day because God already made it and blessed it for who? For man. So when you read Mark 2:27, it says that the Sabbath was made for man and not man for the Sabbath. All right, so friends, the second reason why some Adventists are so concerned about the pastor's post on Facebook is that he made it feel as if the Sabbath was a burden for him. He said, and I quote, "As a pastor all of my life, Sabbath was the most stressful day of the week. My rest happened when I crashed the following day." I repeat, my rest happened when I crashed the following day. Yet, the Sabbath meaning remains intact in my theology and consciousness. Well, friends, I don't want to comment much about this, but I think that some Adventists, like this pastor, feel like they don't get the rest aspect of the Sabbath. They feel like they are always being burdened with a lot of activities on the Sabbath. So for this pastor, the Sabbath was a burden and not a delight. I don't know how your Sabbath feels like in your own place, but what is your weekly Sabbath like? Is it the most stressful day of the week, or is it a delight in your own life? I don't know. Let's discuss this. Let's talk about this. Tell me what your Sabbath is like in the comment section. But what I will say about this is that the Sabbath of God is not a burden. In fact, the Sabbath itself is not a burden. It's a day of rest. God doesn't burden anyone on his Sabbath day. Instead, we burden ourselves. We burden ourselves with a lot of activities on the Sabbath so that we get crushed at the end of the Sabbath. Thanks for watching. My name is Lawrence, and happy Sabbath.